Hi guys, this is Miss Jen and Miss Lily, and we are here to do our recreational combo classes. So this would be for our Broadway baby classes and our mini tap and ballet. We are just going to lead you through a normal class. Don't forget that at the end of the video, we do stop in time for you to go over to our band app and take a moment and rehearse your recital dance. So let's get started. We are going to start with some jumping jacks. We're going to do 5 jumping jacks each wall. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, switch. 2, 3, 4, more to the front, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go down. Let's try to do 5 push-ups today. Here we go, 5 push-ups. So we have nice, strong plank position, trying to let our head be the highest point and our heels be the lowest point. And we're gonna go down 1, and up, and 2, and up. Squeeze those tummies, and up, and 4, and up, and 5, and up. So dancers, let's remember it's always really important for us to get a little warm and get our blood flowing so that we are ready to stretch, really big stretches. All right, working on our flexibility. So we are gonna go to our butterfly shape. Yeah, feet together, knees out. We're gonna flap those butterfly wings a little bit. For my Broadway babies, let's talk about what color butterfly wings we're gonna have today. Miss Lily, what color are your wings gonna be today?
I'm gonna have blue wings.
Ooh, blue. I think I'm gonna have rainbow wings today. How about you guys at home? What color are you gonna have? Wow, that's awesome. All right, let's let those wings flap a little harder. Get them moving, get them moving, get them moving. And let's bring them back to a still position, and we're gonna take our nose over to our toes. Nose to our toes, trying to keep our shoulders out of our ears even as we do that. Big breaths. And we're gonna inhale, lift our head back up, really tall, right up on top of those legs. And let's take it back over, folding in half, nose towards our stinky toes. And one more time, up. And the next time we're gonna hold it for 10. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sitting up nice and straight. Let's extend those legs out in front of us. And we are going to, this is Ralph and Luther. That is our right foot. He's waving, and Luther's waving hello to our left foot. We are gonna make Ralph and Luther take a nap for a minute. So we are pushing those toes down towards the floor, really making sure our legs are nice and straight and making sure we're sitting up really straight with our shoulders down. From there, we're gonna let them wake them up. We're gonna wake them both up. Oh, look at them flexing back towards our face, and we're gonna make them go back to sleep. Oh, stretching the toes towards the floor and lengthening, continuing to lengthen. We're gonna flex those feet, waking those dogs up. Nice. Let's press through those metatarsals, rolling through our feet all the way to where they go to sleep. They're really fighting us on that nap today. And now we're gonna stretch them back up as we wake them up, roll them back up all the way, moving nice and slow. One more time, pressing through to our sleepy dogs and rolling them back up to wake them up. And we're gonna do one more time. We're gonna stretch them over to our sleepy dogs. We're gonna reach those arms up above our head into our 5th position. And we're gonna take a deep breath in. And we're gonna exhale, and we're gonna walk it over and forward, folding in half. So trying to work those hands down towards our feet, trying to keep our ears out, our shoulders out of our ears, so nice space between the ear and the shoulder. And really working towards, thinking about getting our nose past our knee. So not even just to our knee, but we're trying to get a nice long flat shape with our torso over our legs. And we're gonna come back up, reach it back up. And one more time, take it over, and we're gonna hold it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And coming up, this time we're gonna flex those toes, so waking those dogs up, and I want you to try to reach those hands to the bottom of your feet and try to think about pushing your chest forward. So flattening your back out as much as you can, shoulders out of those ears, and don't forget to breathe. That's really, really important. So let me hear you breathe. Breathe it out. Let me see that oxygen coming out. And One more big breath. And out. And let's come up from that. Shake it out a little bit. Let's take those legs out to our pizza slice. Can we make our pizza slice? Yeah. So I want you to roll your dough out. So let's spread it out. Push it over to Ralph. Push it over to Luther. Push it out to the front. We're on a big, big pizza slice today. So push it out all the way towards those toes. Yeah, Ralph and Luther need some pizza dough over near them. And then we're gonna gather our sauce and we're gonna pour our sauce all over Ralph, all over Luther, all over the center, all the way. And then one last thing, we're gonna sprinkle some cheese. Sprinkle some cheese. If you wanna add some other toppings, that's your choice. We're sprinkling it all over. And then we're gonna sit up, arms out to the side, stretching nice and wide, and we're gonna reach up and over towards Luther, yeah? Making sure that that right arm is reaching over the side of your body and up and over towards those Luther toes. All right, we're gonna hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming up, and then we're gonna reach up and over towards Ralph's side. So that left arm is reaching up and over and lengthening towards our Ralph toes. And we're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're gonna place those hands in front of us and we're gonna walk it forward. Each little exhale, try to walk it a little further so you don't just have to go all the way nose to the floor. We're gonna gradually work our way down. All right, really make sure you're making those toes stay turned out. So we're not letting our big toes come in and forward like Miss Lily's demonstrating right now. And we don't want to do that. We want to keep our legs turned out that whole time. And if you can get your belly all the way to the floor, that's really awesome. We're going to hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna shake it out, 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 shake it out. All right, we're gonna come up to standing and we're gonna start to work on, we've been in the last couple weeks starting to work on our splits. So we are really going to, in our mini one, we've been doing that for a couple of weeks now, but for our Broadway babies, we've just kind of recently done it in the last month. So we are going to step our Ralph foot back. We're gonna put our left leg in front, and we're going into a lunge right now, just into a lunge, okay? So we're gonna lengthen that back leg. Yep, if you're near the wall, give yourself space. Make sure our hips are nice and square, and that front leg, you wanna make sure your knee is right over top of your ankle, okay? Yeah, Miss Lily's gonna turn to the side so you can see, and we're trying to really, yep, knee over top of that ankle. You don't want it to be a diagonal line, you want it to be straight above that, okay, right there. That back leg, we're gonna really make sure is nice and straight, lengthening through, big breath. We should feel that right hip flexor opening up a little bit. Okay, from here we're gonna try to bring that right leg in a little bit and straighten the front leg, okay? So into that triangle, yep, and then pushing on down. So lengthening that front leg out into that left split. If you need to do some other things at home to like get yourself warmer before you go into that, that's fine. You can pause the video and then pick it back up with us when you're ready, because sometimes if it's a little colder outside or colder in our house, it takes a little bit more to get warm. All right, so we're holding a nice, we're gonna split right here, squaring those hips off, squaring those shoulders off, making sure that back leg is really straight, and we're pointing our feet on both legs. We're gonna hold it for 5, 4, don't forget to breathe, 3, 2, and 1. Let's shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Thank you, good job, wiggle it out, guys. All right, let's take the other side. So we're gonna put our Luther leg back, our Ralph leg in front this time into that lunge, making sure that back leg is nice and straight. And again, here, if you need to do a couple things before you're ready, if you need to lift up on that leg and stretch a little bit more, if you need to go into a triangle pose, whatever you need to do to work down into your split, that's fine. You can pause us for a minute and then come back and join us. So we are going to work towards straightening that front leg, and we're gonna slide it on down into our split. And we're gonna hold here, again, making sure the shoulders are nice and square, making sure our back leg is really straight and turned out, make sure our front leg is turned out, both feet are pointed. We're gonna hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're gonna come in and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Last little thing before we really start to get moving, last little stretching, we're gonna do some needles. Okay, again, this is something that's been kind of newer to us recently, so we're just introducing it. We're going to talk a little bit about it. Miss Lily's going to go into a needle with her left leg is going to go up in the air. So she's on the right leg right now. She's putting the right foot down. Her hands go on the floor, and that left leg is reaching up towards the ceiling, our Luther leg. We're going to really square those hips, make sure we're not sinking. Okay, try to, even though we're pushing our hands into the floor and everything's kind of hanging upside down, we still want to try to keep those shoulders out of our ears. So a nice elongated shape, really turning out that back leg. We're going to hold it for 5, 4, try to keep that heel down, 3, 2, 1. Oh, shake it out. Good job, Miss Lily. Good job at home, guys. That's awesome. Now we're going to flip it over to the other side. We're going to put that left leg on the floor. Our right leg is underneath us, hands on the floor, and we're going to extend that right leg up high to the sky. So again, square those hips off. Make sure, yep, we're pushing into the floor as much as we can. One side might be a little harder than the other side for us, and that's okay. We all have different strengths. So we're going to push those, make sure those ears and that neck and the shoulders all have plenty of space. So pushing the shoulders away from the ears, and we're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, we're going to make our way up to standing, and we're going to work on our plies. So we're going to spend some time. Our hands are just going to stay on our hips, and we're going to do plies at center. So hopefully maybe some next week we will do a little bit of plie and some different things at the bar for us. Today we're going to do some center ballet exercises so that we can have a little time to go across the floor and make sure we get into our tap time. So we're going to do 2 demi-plies, and then we're going to take 2 releves. And then we are going to repeat that, and we're going to hold the releve for a little longer. Then we're going to take 2 demi-plies in second position, and same thing, hold that releve. And then we're going to work on some passe balances. So passe is where we bring that leg up to our knee. We're going to bring our arms to first position. And when we do these, feel free to challenge yourself a little bit, even if you need to pause the music or pause the video and work on trying to maybe go to releve. Okay, see how much you can challenge yourself. You want to keep your hands on your hips while you try to balance and releve, that's okay too, okay? So you have a couple different options there, and we'll do it in first position with the arms, and then we'll do another balance with our arms up in fifth. All right, so here we go. Plie exercise. Feet are in first position, nice turned out. Together, and arms to first, right passe. Hold, 5, 6, 7, and switch, and left leg. 5, 6, 7, arms go to fifth. We're going to go for longer this time. Maybe try to take it up. There we go. And nice. Let's take that left leg. Let's take our tendus, our piqués, our dégagés, and we're going to work some rondejams, okay? So for some of us, remember at the beginning of the year, we talked about walking Ralph and Luther. That's what our tendu is. We are going to dig in the dirt with Ralph and Luther. Those are our piqués. We're going to take little jumps over the fence. That's our dégagé. And then we are going to do our rondejams. Yeah, we're going to do 2 rondejams on each leg. Here we go. and 1. Close 2. Close 4. 5. Close 6. A little demi-plie and up. Other side. Tendu and close. Tendu, close. Tendu, close. Plie. Now we're gonna pique, 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 close. Luther's turn and pique, 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 close. One more time for each. And pique, 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 close. Now Luther, pique, 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 close. Take a little plie and up. Let's stretch those dogs up to releve. Ready? Here we go. Dégagé and close. Dégagé and close. Dégagé and close. A little plie. Luther's turn and dégagé and close. Dégagé and close. Dégagé and close. A little plie rond de jambe. Front, side, to the back, and close again. Ralph, front, 2, to the side, 2, to the back, 2, and close other side, to the front, for 2, to the side, for 2, to the back, for 2, and close one more time, to the front, 2, and side, 2, to the back, 2, and close, 2, take a plie, and we're gonna stretch those dogs, stretch them up, take those arms up, find that balance, weight forward in those big toes, don't let it roll out, and bring it on down, and let's shake it out a little bit, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. All right, our last little thing we're gonna do at center, we're gonna do some sautés, okay? Remember, sauté means to jump. So we're gonna do some jumps in first. We're gonna do 4 jumps in first, and we're gonna switch and do 4 jumps in second. And then this is kind of a new one that we've been working on recently is changement, all right, which means to change. So we are going to, from second position, jump into 5th position with our right foot in front, and then we are going to switch it to our left foot in front, and then our right foot in front, and then our left foot in front. Nice. All right, let's see it. Here we go. 5, 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and second, 2, 3, and 4, and a right, and left, and right, and finish. Nice, great job. As you guys can see, so Miss Lily's doing a couple things. Let's just look at Miss Lily doing them in first position. So her knees are going out over her toes in that demi-plie every single time. So we do not want to go into grand plie, so you're not pulling the heels off the ground. That's a little too low. So we're just going to where our heels stay on the ground, and when we jump, we are pushing off our toes and straightening those legs every single time so that our legs get really straight. And that doesn't matter if we're doing it in first. Let's also see one in second. So she's still, when she goes up in the air, those legs are really straightening and she's pushing off of those toes. So fully lengthened leg and pointed feet. And then let's try a couple in 5th. Now it's really important in 5th. A lot of us have a hard time getting our heels down in the back foot, but every single time when we plie, we need that heel to be down. So Miss Lily's gonna do a couple for us. Yeah, nice. Keeping those heels coming down to the floor, but still getting all the way up in that releve. Good job, Miss Lily. All right, we're gonna take a couple really quick across the floors, and then we're gonna switch over to our tap shoes. So we are going to do some bourrées. So a little tiptoe walk. We're going side by side. We are doing it in 5th position. So one foot is going to cross behind the other. The right foot is leading when we go on the right side. The legs are staying straight and we're staying up in that releve. It's not a really big movement, so it should be something pretty easy for us all to do at our house. Miss Liz is just going to do a little bit to the right and then a little bit to the left, and then we'll switch on to something else. All right, here we go. Arms are going to go up, high 5th. Straight legs and nice releve. Good. Very small movement, delicate movement. Straight legs, turned out feet the whole time. 5, 6, 7, other way, and back to the left. So for our friends at home, if you also have a little bit bigger space than we do to work with today. Maybe if you have a nice long hallway, this would be a perfect place for you to practice some across the floors, or if you have a big open basement area, or maybe you're lucky and you have a dance studio at your house. So those would be great places for you to practice that. And you can just play a nice delicate song. You can even play a fast song. It's totally okay, but just remember when you're practicing those berets, we're gonna keep them nice and small movement. All right, the next thing we're gonna do are our battements. So we're gonna keep those arms out to the side, and we are going to brush our legs. So remember, battement is just a really big tendu and dégagé. It's where it's gonna kick, yeah? So we are not thinking about bringing our chest down to our leg, but thinking about bringing our leg up towards our chest. Those legs are gonna stay nice and straight. And as I like to tell some of my baby classes, when we do our turnout, if we were to have little stickers, if our smiley face stickers were on the inside of our ankles, our smiley faces should be up when we do our battements, okay? So you wanna make sure those smiley faces are up, all right? So every time we battement. Let's try some of our front battements with our music. Here we go. Ready? And brush up. Nice control on the way down. And up. And up. Don't forget to breathe. Up. And up. Up. And up. We're going to turn around, going back. 6, 7, 8. And up. And up. Strong arms and strong legs. Nice turnout. Nice. Good job, Miss Lily. All right, our next thing we're going to do is we're going to go straight into some passe hops or some skips, okay? So for us, and a little different than just what we do at the playground, we want to make sure that our arms are staying in first position, and we want to make sure our legs are coming all the way to a really high passe. And every time we leave the ground, we're trying to get all the way off the floor so our leg can be nice and straight and our foot can be pointed. Miss Lily's going to demonstrate a couple of them, yeah? And even for these, if you need to, if you don't have as much space at your house to actually have dance, you can practice these a little bit more stationary. So Miss Lily's going to demonstrate a couple, so we're still working on pushing off the floor with our feet so that our leg gets straight and our foot gets fully pointed. So Miss Lily's going to demonstrate a couple with some music this time. Here we go. Ready? And up, 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 up. 5, 6, 7, 8, and ready? Going back. Here we go. Arms are strong in first position. Up and up. Nice. Connected that leg and passe. Great job. All right, the last thing we're going to work on are some leaps. And these are where we're just trying to essentially, those splits that we did at the beginning of class when we were stretching, our goal is to try to make sure we're doing a split in the air as much as we can. Now, we obviously all need to keep working on getting more flexible and trying to strengthen our legs so they're really strong and can get us up high in the air. So Miss Lily's going to demonstrate a couple of them. We're just going to take step, step, and then go into the leap, okay? So we're going to do our right leg first. She's going step, 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 step. She's going to brush, okay? And we're working towards, these are called grand jetés in ballet, okay? So it's where we brush that front leg. Step, step, brush. So it's like her battement. She starts that right leg like a battement, and then she brushes the back leg behind her, okay? All right, so as many of these, this is something that's kind of difficult to do in a small space, so you might have to wait till it gets a little warmer outside and practice these outside too. In a safe space, make sure that you're not jumping on the grass where there's any holes or anything like that. We want to make sure we're keeping all our dancers safe, but look for a nice safe space and you can practice some of our leaps. All right, so Miss Lily's going to do a couple of these on the right and a couple of them on the left for us to see, and so we'll have to work on them a little bit at home with her. 7, 8, and up. And we are going to switch over to our tap shoes, all right? So hopefully you'll do that with us. Ready? Let's all quickly switch to our tap shoes. Sometimes we have to have a friend help us get that done. Hopefully, dancers at home, if your moms and dads are helping you right now, or maybe your brother and sister, you can tell them while we are getting our shoes on what we do in our tap warm-up. Oh, I hope you can remember all the different steps we hit. We do quite a few things. We usually stand on a dot, and it's okay if you don't have a dot at home, but maybe you could make a dot for you to practice with every week if you wanted to. That could be an art project too you could have. But when we stand up, we are going to warm up our toes a little bit and do some toe taps, and then we are going to do some heel taps. So Miss Lily's going to demonstrate. So we do toe, 2, 3, and stomp. Toe, 2, 3, and stomp. Again, 2, 3, and stomp. Again, 2, 3, and stomp. Next, we do our heel. So we're gonna flex our foot back. So we do heel, 2, 3, and stomp. Heel, 2, 3, and stomp. We do it again, 2, 3, and stomp. Heel, 2, 3, and stomp. The next thing we do, we're gonna jump in and out. Now, part of the reason we do this is, again, just working on the concept of getting our legs apart and getting them back together, but it's also really fun to make the noise with our tap shoes. So it makes us all really excited to jump with our tap shoes. Ready, go. And out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in. So we do that 4 times. The next thing we're gonna do, Miss Lily's gonna demonstrate, is we do flaps, okay? So it's like we're pushing the wall away, yeah, and we're flap, 1, 2, 3, and stomp. We flap, 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 and stomp. Again, flap, 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 and stomp, and flap, 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 and stomp. The last thing we're gonna do, and this would be a section that we all have to do in our recital dances. So if we wanted to isolate and just work on this a little bit, at home dancers, Miss Jen would be super excited about that. But we have to work on our shuffles, also our flamingo. So we make our flamingo shape. We're standing on one leg like a flamingo does. Hands are on our hips, and we are gonna make 3 noises each time we do the shuffle. We go front noise, back noise, stomp. Pick up the other foot. Front noise, back noise, stomp. Shuffle, stomp, shuffle, stomp. My ballet teacher and tap teacher, when I was growing up, used to say, smash the bug, smash the bug, smash the bug. Whatever you need to say, and maybe you and your mom and dad can come up with something new and you could send it to us. Different things to say to help you remember, okay? So we're gonna do our whole tap warm up with our tap song. Are we ready to go, everybody? Super excited.
We're gonna get
And 5, 6, 7, go. And toe, 2, 3, 4. And toe, 2, 3, again. And toe, 2, 3, 4. And toe, 2, 3, 4. And heel, 2, 3, 4. And heel, 2, 3, again. And heel, 2, 3, 4. And heel, 2, 3, 4. And jump, 2, 3, 4. Ready? And flaps to the right. And flap, 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 stomp. Flap, 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 stomp. Flap, 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 stomp. Flap, 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 stomp. And shuffle step, shuffle step, shuffle step, shuffle step. Great job, guys. Awesome. All right, now it's time for our across the floors. All right, so we're gonna do in and out jumps because, again, tapping with our tap shoes on, jumping is so much fun to make all that noise. So let's get all our energy going, and we're gonna be as loud as we can, or maybe quiet if your daddy or mommy is working. All right, so we're gonna do big jumps out and big jumps in. Out and in and out and in. Remember, every time our feet come in, we want those feet to kiss. You gotta make them touch, all right? Here we go, let's try it. And good. Ready? And out, in, out, in, out, in, out. All right, moms and dads, we are using the Disney Junior Music Dance Party album. So if you want to get that album as well, I'm sure your dancer would love to do in and out jumps all over the house. It'll be so much fun. All right, our next up, we are going to do toe heel, okay? So we're stepping onto our toe, getting the idea of transferring our weight from our toe to our heel, and then toe, heel, okay? So we're gonna do a little bit of this all the way across the floor. Again, you can continue it all the way around your house, down the hallways, whatever works for you in your basement. Here we go. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. You can do it in a square or a circle. Now, some of our friends might need this to be a little slower. Toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Whereas some of my mini one tappers, they can go fast. They are ready to go fast. So parents, we can vary that a little bit, or dancers, whatever is your level, we can go at your level. All right, so please just take some time and make sure we're working on those toe heels. Next thing we're gonna work on is our chasses, all right? Just like we can do these in ballet, we're gonna do them in taps. So again, it's kind of like a little chasse chase, so you get to make a lot of noise with those tap shoes. So let's see, here we go. We're gonna go right and left. 5, 6, 7, 8, and chasse, 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 chasse. Ready to the left, and chasse, 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 chasse. So for our Broadway babies, we do want you to keep those hands on your hips. For our mini one, I would like for you to make sure you are keeping those arms out as we chasse, okay? Chasse, 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 chasse. Yep, chasse, 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 chasse. And chasse means to chase. So essentially as we do that, we're going through plie and then the back leg is chasing the front leg. So that's what's happening technically. So if we're isolating it a little bit and breaking it down for our friends at home, that's what we wanna make sure is the back leg is chasing our front leg. The last thing we're gonna do across the floor for today before you switch over to our band app and work on your recital video is we're gonna do some shuffles across the floor. So you can work on a couple different options with this. Don't forget to make your flamingo. Remember that each time should be 3 different noises, the front shuffle, the back, and stomp. We go front noise, stomp, and front noise, back noise, stomp. So for now, it's okay if you're working with your hands on your hips, or you can work with your arms straight out to the side and palms down. All right, here we go. We're gonna try it. Or we're gonna do it for our friends. Here we go. 5, 6, ready, go. Shuffle, step, 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 shuffle, step. So Miss Lily's gonna also bring it back this way and just show us how we could just work on this stationary, okay? So she's facing you right now. You can just work. Shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step. 3. Let's do 2 more. 4. And last one. Yeah. So let's try it at home. Let's all try to do at least 5 sets of those, okay? Especially if we don't have room to do it across the floor or around the room. If you need to do it stationary, try to get through at least 5 on the right and 5 on the left. All right, so again, we hope for both our mini one tap ballet and our Broadway babies that you are going to switch over to your band app right now and spend a little time on our super exciting tap dances for our recital. We look forward to seeing you next week. Talk to you later. Bye.